Hi, I'm Katrina.
I'm Christina, and we're the Gorgeous
Geeks.
And save Fringe! If you haven't seen it before and you stumbled upon this video, I highly suggest going back and getting the past 2 seasons and catch up on this third one because it's an amazing show.
Fringe is so amazing. It's like...
Did you watch X-Files?
Awesome.
It's way better than that.
Oh, it's way better than that.
You didn't like X-Files? It's way better than that.
Yeah, it's so true. Like, okay, Fringe, okay, but this episode that just came on, what was the name of it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But that past episode that just came on, right before Christmas break, for all you people who do watch Friends, I'm so glad that Olivia told Peter off. She didn't tell him off like a sister would tell him off, but she told him off enough. And I'm glad she did because I wanted Peter to feel even more worse than when he went. Because I could not believe he couldn't figure out that it wasn't her.
I know.
Like me and Christina, like we were watching.
Like, she don't wear eyeliner. Her makeup is round.
Like her makeup is not that thick.
Look at her hair.
Like she doesn't wear her hair like that. She doesn't have bangs.
She don't smile like that.
She brushes her hair back. She doesn't dress like that. She dresses kind of manly. She does. She doesn't dress all girly and stuff.
And then Nina picked up on something that I didn't pick up on.
She's like, that's not usually like you, Olivia. That's not your character, your behavior. She didn't even know what Casablanca was. She thought Ronald Reagan was in Casablanca. Come on. You know, that's just... I was just like, oh, every episode, Peter, why can't you see? But he was just making excuses because he wanted that booty.
Yeah, and she knew when to start sleeping with him too.
Exactly when.
This show is like the most nerve-wrecking thing that I watch.
Is.
I'm like, what's gonna happen next? Like I watch Vampire Diaries, and that's the thing I'm like gasping the most at. But this show is like,
my heart's racing.
oh gosh, what's gonna happen? Like
my heart is really racing when I watch the show. And some other things that happened in the episode. I was so creeped out when that guy started making that ballerina dead body move.
Yeah.
I was really creeped out, and he's just crying as she. You know, he has her tied to these strings like some corpsey puppet, and I was literally freaked out. I was like, if her head pops up on its own and she smiles at him or blinks, I am running out of the TV room. I wasn't really going to run out of the TV room, but you understand what I'm talking about. It's really interesting. I feel so bad for Olivia in this episode.
Well, just the whole season, her being trapped in another dimension, and then she didn't know that she was really her.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, please remember, and then she finally remembered, and
you
want her to get back, and then she was so strong in the first 2 seasons, and you didn't really see her vulnerable like that until this 3rd season, and I felt so terrible watching her flip out, and it was just wrong.
And then with evil Olivia, oh my gosh, I wanted to punch her so bad. I couldn't stand her. I couldn't stand her at all. And I was just like, why won't they know that it's not Olivia?
Yeah.
And then, and
then the Ultra Dimension, they were like creepy. Like, I guess Walter-Net, you can see that he clearly wants to save his world and stuff. But when they're talking about the episode with the twins, one of them got trapped in the amber, and if you didn't know, one of those twins was
Jimmy Olsen from Smallville.
Jimmy Olsen from Smallville, and the other one was actually Henry, and the other one was Bobby from X-Men.
X-Men played Iceman.
So they were concerned, like, oh, we have to get him back, not because he's a criminal. He keeps opening these like port black holes that are destroying their dimension. They wanted him because they didn't want other people to know that people could be saved from the amber, and I'm like, what kind of freaky people?
Right. Yeah, that was creepy. The people in the actual universe would have been like, we have to find a way to get these people out and solve the problem at the same time.
Well, I'm sure there are people, within government
I don't know, but
that
these
cover
people seem like it's more of a
like
lost cause type thing.
Yeah.
And Walter-Net, he is completely evil. To have his whole universe believe that the other universe started a war with them, but in all actuality, it was just his other self that caused this whole mess. But I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want that getting out, because then they'd be looking at him as the cause of the entire problem. But here he is ready to destroy a whole nother universe. Why? I'm not entirely sure, because he wants to you'd think he'd want to get Peter back, but that wasn't his goal. I'm not even sure what his goal is, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure at all. Because I thought at first he was just trying to get Peter back, but, you know, he's willing to sacrifice Peter to destroy universe. So I'm not, you know, I'm not even sure what Walternet's evil plan is, whatever.
Well, Fox is moving Fringe
To
Fridays. And I think Fringe is their second lowest rated show. Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But it's getting moved to Fridays, so we are in a predicament because Friday is a place that shows usually go to die slow death.
Yeah. And if Fringe gets canceled, I swear that
it would be so wrong.
I don't understand why. Why is CW the only network that's safe?
Because they don't need the huge or the really big ratings because it's
I know, but it's still not fair to me because a show like Fringe could possibly get canceled while a show like One Tree Hill can go on for, I don't know, its 8th season. But whatever. But
if you love the show like we love the show, tell others about the show. Get others converted to watch the show, or just go to their houses and turn on their TVs at the time and tell them not to change the channel until it's over.
yes.
And if you DVR it and you're watching something that usually comes on at the same time, watch Fringe instead, because it needs to survive.
It does. It really does.
If you're gonna watch Smallville and Fringe on the same night, Smallville's ending anyway. Watch Fringe instead.
Yes, please do. Fringe needs to go on. It really does. It really does. It's so worth it.
Not home, just leave it on channel 2. What's 2 for us? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just leave it on Fox.
Leave it on Fox. Just leave it on Fox.
Bored one day, go to play it on the internet.
We're totally serious, and we're not even getting paid to do this. We're totally advertising.
I want to see this show go on, and I gotta say, I don't care who won the Emmy for best supporting actor, but I can tell you that John Nobel earned it. He deserved it, and he wasn't even nominated.
That is crazy.
And I say this in Michael Emerson and Terry O'Quinn were both nominated for Lost in that same category, and I love those two tremendously. But John Nobel should have got it. His portrayal of Walter is insane.
Yes, it is. Literally insane, and to see him go back and forth from playing an insane genius to an evil genius. The actor is brilliant. He's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, watch Fringe. Anyways, I'm Katrina.
I'm Christina, and we're the board.